We're trying my new internet connection to see if it's any faster, but I'm gonna let you run with it, buddy. Be safe.
All right. Hey, I'm all ready to go this time. I got my my slide ready to rock and roll. We got Regional Agency Director and All-Star Amy Fine with Sam Fine, AD Sam Fine, talking about finding your running buddy. Give us I love doing this. Give us the 30-second highlight of what we're about to hear once we zip through these leaderboards. Amy, so good to see you.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning where I am, all you East Coasters.
That's right.
Central time afternoon, but yeah, we're fired up. Running buddy for us, I mean, it means so many things, but getting to partner with Samuel Fine a few years back and get to actually build this with someone that shares the vision where we can bring support and challenge to each other. This is a topic that we're pretty passionate about. And we always joke and say, I can't be low. We can't be low at the same time. It's like if I'm having a hard day, I think, Casey, I've heard you and Brandon talk about that. If I'm having a low day, Samuel's got to carry the weight or vice versa. And just getting to bring that support.
Totally.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about how to not only identify who your running buddy could be, but also just talking about getting them to conference. Because as Danny Young says, vision is not taught, it's caught. So we're pretty excited.
Good. We'll be doubly fine as a result. Rock and roll. All right, let's get rocking here. So
we got two leaderboards today too there, B-dubs. We got weekly and monthly. So if you'll take care of the you do weekly, I'll do monthly.
Rock and roll. We got
all right, let's see what you guys got, by the way. We got 1:30 cutoff to throw it over to Amy. Let's see what you guys got.
Challenge.
I'm here for quality control only.
Yes. All right. We got Gutierrez, Volk, and Zuccarella coming in week to date at the top agents. Over to you, Spive.
Number 3, Kim Rodriguez. Number 2, Zokos. And number 1, Tristan Strickland with 38,000.
All right. I'm rocking and rolling. Anthony Ock, Eric Alvarado, and Mo. Oh, man, I owe Mo a catch-up. Mo coming in at number 1. Good job.
And love some Mo. For the month of July, number 3, Scott Forehand. Number 2, Sean Hogue. And number 1, Jen Swaggart with 95,000.
Rock and roll. Holly Allen and Javon Spencer and Eric Alvarado topping the list for app count this week.
Month to date, Monique O'Reilly with 52, Jennifer Giovanni with 52, and Holly Allen with 65. Good Lord.
Video game numbers.
That's right. Top med sup, Brian Truxell, Brian Broyles. I love the Brian squared there. And Shannon Miller coming in at 3614.
And again, for the month, Shannon Miller, number 3, Robert Glantz, number 2, and number 1, Sabrina Fernbacher with 8,200.
Rock and roll. Christopher Rowland for top 5 disability income producers coming in at 3, Sarah Gonzalez Gutierrez at 603, and James Hickman at, man, that feels like some Vegas type beat right there. 777 across the board.
Lucky 7.
Yes. Armando Garcia, number 3, Robert Puckett, number 2, and number 1 for the month of July, Davian Clark.
Rock and roll. Joshua Quillen. It was throwing me off. I got Quigley on my mind. So Joshua Quillen, good job. Mo Beltagi again, and David Vogel for top 5 IUL producers. Dropping some numbers here.
I'm pretty sure, Casey, there's some kind of play on Quillen we've got to come up with. Quigley does some quilling, I think, on the weekends. Joshua Quillen, number 3. Number 2, David Anthony. Number 1, Madhuri Wahi with $60,000 APV IULs.
You just started Casey, a viral revolution of what are you doing? I'm just quilling.
I'm just quilling on the weekend.
I
know. I really want to trademark that. I feel like that's going to go far.
It is actually. Mark that moment. Go ahead, Spivey. I interrupted you. You're going to ask Casey something.
I was going to say, guys, shout out to the advanced market teams, all you producers out there. What's going on behind the scenes, the support that you're seeing from the internal team, from Mike Resma and squad, in combination with what's happening in the market. Guys, people are looking to protect their money. And last week, Casey, I don't know if we've even gone over this just yet, but almost 25% of the business that we did last week, which, by the way, was a top 10 all-time week, was from advanced market products such as IULs, annuities, and debt-free life. So a lot of opportunity out there. Not saying that everybody has to be an expert on all of our products and solutions that we offer to our clients, but get with your upline. There is somebody in your organization and somebody here at the corporate office that wants to help. People are looking to protect their assets now more than ever. So just a quick nugget.
Good.
All right. I just want to know, is Martin Valor the same as Marty Valor? I bet it is. 260, number 3 for annuities, Jason Mitchell and Jacqueline Hotop.
Number 3 for the month, Landry Peterson. Number 2, Jen Swaggart. Number 1, James McRae, $920,000 in face amount for the annuities.
It's a big month. Coming in for top 5 DFL debt-free life producers, Paul Collington, Norma Jordan Backey, and Sydney Lee.
Number 3, Jordan Howell. Number 1, Lisa Rednor. And number 1, Scott Forehand, doing amazing things as usual, along with his sidekick, Donna Forehand, who is killing it on the recruiting front. So congratulations to you, Scott and Donna.
I don't know, man. I don't know about congratulations to Scott. I got on a call with some AOs. I was getting some feedback on some stuff yesterday. And it was Imelda and I were on first, and Scott pops on. And he's like, "Yeah, Imelda, great to see you." Brian Williamson, not so much. So there you go. I don't know about celebrating Scott, but I guess I have to do it here for new writers. Larry Grossman with 3, Ashley Tyler Harris for 3, and there he is again. Not good to see you there, Scott Forehand with 4.
Top direct new writers, Miranda Martin with 7, Jordan Janet with 12, and number 1, Jacob Pogue with 17.
Teach me how to pogey. All right. Over to you, Spotty, for these SNAs, these seasoned new agents. 6 apps in 6 weeks on their way to a great space here in our organization, their organization. Fire away.
Angela Cart, Benjamin Volk, Brittany Martin, David Scheller, Emily Bartz, Hannah Hadeed, Holly Austin, Jennifer Shelton, Jerry Desmarades, Keith Mumphrey, Lorenzo Rogers, Mayana Gutierrez, Marshall Ridley, Misty Howells, and Savannah Hartman.
Congratulations. Good SNA.
Give that a solid B+, dude. That was good.
I looked at Casey's face and I was hoping for a B anyway.
Yeah. How about we
just do me one favor and don't tell when Brandon gets back, don't tell him. Tell him it was an A.
That's right.
I'll tell him you aced it. I'll tell him you got an A+ 100.
Nice. Week to date, SNAs, we got 12 agency owners, and for some reason we just lifted Eric Johnson out just to represent a name. As long as it's not Scott Forehand, I'm happy. And then number 1, Grace Webb with 2 SNAs.
We got 10 directs with 1. We got Chris Cook with 2 and Jacob Pogue with 3.
All right. How about some leaderboards here? Key leaders for the week. Go ahead, Spivey. You got this one.
We got number 1, APV, Cassandra Mack, 36,000. Total recruits, Kelly Rogers with 3. And for new writers, we've got Amanda Torma with 3.
Rock on. Get them screenshots if you're up there.
Nice.
How about key leaders for the month? We got Cassandra Mack at the top spot, Amanda Torma, 15 recruits. Fantastic. And then Amanda Torma at 5 new writers. How about that correlation?
Tied with Amy Anderson with 5.
I was going to say. Yeah, look at Amy.
Fighting it out.
Jasmine up there. Rock and roll. How about those AOs? Fire away, Spive.
Agency owner, number 3, APV, John Clayton Jr., John Paul Vetter, number 1, Jamie Susie. And look there for the recruits, David Whiteman, Mino Glick, number 1, Sue Adams. And new writers, Brady Moss, Jamie Susie, and number 1, Sue Adams again with 5.
All right. How about on the month? We've got, I'm just going to do the top ones, but take a snapshot for all your friends out there. If you're on here as well, we got Jamie Susie coming in at the top, Jeffrey Miller, and Susan Adams for, again, 13 new writers. Rock and roll, everybody.
Look at that.
Nice.
That's agency only category, Casey. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
It's a good month.
There's such a groundswell coming here.
Rock on. How about those ADs?
Sarah Reineke, David Alvarado, and coming in first for APV, Larry and Ann Griffin with 159K. Overall recruits, Mark Newbauer, number 7, Roddy and Jesse, 8. Number 1, Ben Sipapor with 12. And total new writers, Sarah Reineke with 6, Roddy and Jess with 6, and Scott Forehand with 8. Congratulations to you agency directors.
Absolutely. All right, I got you. Top 3 agency directors for the month. Sarah Reineke, David Alvarado and Larry Ann Griffin. Woot, woot. Ben Safepour, Mark Newbauer, Larry Ann Griffin on recruits, and Jeffrey Brown, Sarah Reinecke, and Roddy and Jessica Jessup, Mr. Dad Joke Extraordinaire, coming in with 16 new writers. He's crushing it on them Facebook.
I wonder if Jess likes the dad jokes. I don't think I've asked Roddy yet. She's into this.
She's got to. She's got to.
I did get to play golf with Roddy about a week and a half ago, and I asked him if his phone is just constantly ringing with suggestions for dad jokes, and confirmed he gets a lot more material these days.
I bet he does.
Good stuff. You ought to check it out. But for regional agency directors, number 3 in APV, Chris Manafee. Number 2, Trey Alderson Cloutier. There she is, number 1 APV, Eileen Balmer. Total recruits, Derek Brock, Mike Casey. Number 1, Mike and Christine Reef. And total writers, James Sattersfield, Andrew Jimenez. New writers. And again, number 1, Eileen Balmer. Go ahead, Eileen.
Nice, Eileen.
That should be a song. Josh Manzano for regional agency directors on the month, and Trey Alderson Cloutier. Eileen Balmer at the top. Mike Casey for recruits, number 3, Josh Hersey, and Dave Lappin. Love Dave Lappin in that spot. Jeremy Whitaker, Andrew Jimenez, and Eileen Balmer again at the RAD for the month. Outstanding month for all y'all. MVPs, 5, go for it.
Number 3, APV, Brad and Kira Gainey. Number 2, Griff Martin. Number 1, Marvelous Marlon Faulkner. Total recruits, Brad and Kira Gainey. Number 2, Marlon Faulkner. Number 1, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Cook. Total new writers, Griff Martin, Chris Cook, and Brad and Kira Gainey, tied for 5 at the top.
Rock and roll. MVPs for the month, Chris Cook, Marlon Faulkner, Brad and Kira. Griff Martin, John Ziller, Chris Cook on recruits. And Griff Martin, Chris Clark, Chris Cook. That was a mouthful on new writers. Great month. I feel like I was just having some deja vu on that slide. I'm like, did I just do that twice? Keep going.
For the week, Senior Vice President, the Spill Dinner Financial Group. Number 3, Nate Alford. Number 2, Kyle and Lisa Kimbrell at number 1. Recruits, Scott Mink, Nate Alford, and Kyle and Lisa Kimbrell with 14. And new writers, Scott Mink, Kyle and Lisa Kimbrell, and number 1, new writers, George and Janet Matthews.
Outstanding. Man, love the SVPs for the month. We got the Spiel Dinner group up there. Love seeing that. Nate Offert and Colin Lisa for the month on APV. Spiel Dinner Financial for recruits, Scott Meng, Colin Lisa, and George and Janet Colburns. There you are, Mike and Jennifer, and Colin Lisa for new writers.
Executive Vice President for the week, number 3, Miranda Martin. Number 2, Darren Stubbs. Number 1, Sean Shannon. For recruits, we've got Sean Shannon, Darren Stubbs, and Miranda Martin. And total new writers, Sean and Darren tied with 2, and Miranda Martin with 7.
All right. On the month, Stubbs, Martin, Shannon, boom. Stubbs, Martin, Shannon, boom. And Stubbs, Shannon, Martin. Change it up on those new writers for the month. So great job to all of our EVPs in the house.
Associate partner for the week, Ryan and Michelle Miller, Ashley and Tyler Harris. And number 1, Lynn Watkins. Recruits, Ashley and Tyler Harris, Ryan and Michelle Miller. Number 1, Lynn Watkins. And for new writers, Ashley and Tyler Harris, Ryan and Michelle Miller, and Lynn Watkins.
Boom.
Work.
Seems to be a recruit to writer thing happening there.
Recruits and new writers that'll always line up.
That's right. And for the month, Ryan and Michelle 1.6 plus, Ashley and Tyler 1.8 plus, and Lynn Watkins 3.3 plus for the month. On the recruits, Carl Miller, Ryan and Michelle Miller, and Lynn Watkins. And on the writers, same thing, Ryan and Miller coming in with 37, Ashley and Tyler Harris 39, and Lynn Watkins 57 brand new writers. Boom.
Senior partner for the week, number 3, Jacob Hogue. Number 2, Danny Young. Number 1, Edward Pritchett with $1.2 million. Yep, that's the week. That's not a month there. Total recruits, number 3, Jacob Hogue, 31. Danny Young, 41. Edward Pritchett, 52. And total new writers, Mr. Danny Young at 3, Edward Pritchett at 2, and Jacob Hogue etching them out there for number 1 with 23.
Rock on. For the month, Pogue at 2.2, Danny 2.6, Edward Pritchett 5.1. On recruits, 251 for Danny Young, 295 for Jacob Pogue, and 389 for Edward Pritchett. And new writers, Danny Young with 60, Jacob Pogue 63. Tight race there, and 87 new writers for Sir Edward Pritchett.
Shout out to Danny and Sandy Young, by the way, who celebrated their anniversary yesterday. Congratulations to you two young lovebirds.
Yes, and many more.
Managing partners for the week, number 3, Brian Delaney, Kevin Purdy, Marshall Whalen with $1.1 million in production for the week. Total recruits, Delaney at 19, Kevin Purdy 25, Marshall Whalen with 71. And total new writers, Brian Delaney 3, Kevin Purdy 2, and Marshall Whalen with 41 new writers for the week.
All right. Now, I literally can't even get my mind around these numbers for the month. I mean, Delaney at 11, Purdy at 14 plus, and Marshall Whalen at 30,939,471 for the month. Brian Delaney for recruits, 157, 208, and 787 for Marshall Whalen. And finally, Brian Delaney at 22, Purdy 46, Marshall at 127 new writers for the month. Guys, any commentary there? I know we're cranking here, but some big months.
That's just incredible. I mean, it's just
crazy.
Yeah, it is.
The Delaney organization, we're going to talk about
this
this
numbers
soon.
a little bit.
What's that?
I was going to say upcoming at conference, guys, on Wednesday. We'll talk about it again in a minute, but the Delaney organization is going to be doing the official corporate overview on Wednesday from 4 to 5:30. Talk about a team on the move and growing swiftly. So great opportunity for you to recruit and bring your new agents to hear exactly what we are all about in the corporate overview from some of the very best that put these events on. We're very excited and honored that Brian and his team are going to do that.
Yeah, I think I think Casey, you were right to chime out on some of those numbers. We might need to run it back on some of those, right?
Yeah, I think that was a year to date, which is still extremely impressive. But
all right,
it wouldn't surprise me if in a couple of years that was the monthly numbers for them.
All right, all good.
Well,
not sooner.
We'll run those back. I'm thinking
that makes more sense.
Some really amazing numbers. Love it. All right. Are we on to the directs now?
On to the directs.
Yep.
Go for it. We're for the
number
week.
3, Kevin Purdy. Number 2, Edward Pritchett. Number 1, Jacob Pogue, 331,000 APV for recruits. We've got Edward Pritchett, Chris Cook, Jacob Pogue with 28. New writers, Miranda Martin, George and Janet Matthews, and Jacob Pogue with 17.
Rock on. How about on the month? Edward Pritchett, Purdy, and Pogue coming in at 1.4. John Ziller at 107, Chris Cook 180, and Jacob Pogue at 262. And Miranda Martin, Chris Cook, and Jacob Pogue at 48 new writers. There we go. Good, strong months. Base shop.
Top base shops. Number 3, Sarah Reineke. Number 2, David Alvarado. Number 1, Ashley and Tyler Harris for total recruits. We got Ben, we got Mark Newbauer, we got Ashley and Tyler Harris with number 1 with 6. And total new writers, number 3, Larry Grossman, tied with Ashley and Tyler Harris. And number 1, Scott Forham, 4.
There he is again. Rock on. How about for the month? David Alvarado, Scott Forehand, and Ashley and Tyler Harris. For APV, for recruits, Himi, Dan and Diane Elmer, and Mark Newbauer. And Jose Martinez, Jeremy Whitaker, and Ashley and Tyler Harris on new writers. Congratulations to strong base shop months for all of you. All right. Now, man, I have to be honest. I think it's because we got the monthly ones too, Spivey, but it's exciting.
A mouthful.
It's a lot, but it's exciting stuff. We're getting closer, but let's talk about
getting dialed in.
Let's talk about these slows, man. I love slows. Love me some slows.
Yeah, guys. So this is what the leads department reports back to us as forecasted A leads that could be generated if you started a GMR with us. There's an opportunity right now in these hot spots. Does not mean that there are leads in inventory in these states, but it means if you're out there looking for some consistent A lead weekly inventory, these are 3 states that we would highly recommend that you check out and put in your orders for.
Louisiana, Alaska, beautiful place.
Wyoming.
I went to Alaska. We went on our 25th anniversary last month, or it was a couple months ago now. And I was so embarrassed because we were going on a fishing expedition, and I was trying to like relate to the, you could tell I'm a second voice connector. I'm trying to relate to the fishing guy. And I said, man, I'm just so excited to be here on the final frontier. And he goes, good thing I'm a Star Trek fan. He's like, that's Star Trek. He's like, we're the last frontier. I'm like, all right,
That's good.
keep walking.
Guys, quick announcement. We want you to have your bonus prior to conference. To accomplish this feat, we will release the snapshot this month without a dispute period. Agency owners, please ask your downline agents to check their carrier amounts for July and provide you with carrier discrepancies. We will research and resolve disputes for July and August in September. So everybody make sure you take a snapshot of this. Make sure your admins are seeing this. Make sure you're talking about it on your huddle up calls. As always, we are consistently waiting on carrier data here at the corporate office and the BI team. And to get that information all from the carriers in the right amount of time to get it turned around to finance and to get all bonuses and all payments out to you guys to make sure that your businesses are properly funded. It is always a constant trying to do things the best we can to balance both sides. So guys, make sure you're noticing this. No snapshot dispute coming up for the month of July. Make sure that you understand that we need to get with your downline agents to make sure that they're checking their carrier amounts, and be sure and know that we will address any disputes that do pop up later come September.
It sounds like you want folks to pay attention to this announcement and talk to their admins and make sure they follow through with this, Spivey. How's my active listening today?
Boom.
All right.
You're much more efficient with your words than I.
All right. How about some upcoming events? Carrier webinar Thursday by Americo, new to Americo. We got a brand new bonus for all new writers. Let's go. Connect call on Monday with co-founder Meredith Ellison and SVP and advisory board member Cicely Newsom on why conference is about intuition. That sounds incredible. Debt-free living, DFL with Sir Resma. That'll be awesome this Tuesday, August 9th at 11. Great opportunities here. And again, I know we talked a little bit at the beginning, but we've got a few reminders. Just, again, awesome speaker lineup that we've got coming here. Any macro thoughts on conference here, Casey, before we talk about some of our folks here, speakers?
Just get ready for it. Nothing much to add outside of what we talked about this morning, but or just a little bit ago. I think everyone kind of huddling with their agencies, over the next couple of weeks and kind of going over the do's and don'ts of conference. We always like to say, don't get fired on your day. How are you going to get fired on your day off? We take events like this very seriously. Anytime we all get together, we're about having fun, but it's about everyone having fun. And, don't want, sometimes things get, a little out of hand at events like this. Certainly in our industry, that's I've seen plenty of people get kicked off of carrier trips and all kinds of stuff for disorderly conduct. So, we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to have fun and connect as well. So just make sure as leaders, we're kind of being stewards of our culture, and you're communicating. Don't just think that the communication is happening on the team. Make sure you're prepping your people for what conference is going to be like, and how to get the most out of it as well.
That's right. Love that. Yeah, cast a vision for that. We've got the code of conduct. It's in a summit step, but it's also in Quality U, I believe, in the file vault. If it's not, I'll make sure it is there. That's a great time just to have those conversations about casting vision as a leader. And then guess what, leaders, for you, making certain that modeling the way, right? If we look at leadership research, setting the example, modeling the way, we're the first ones at the table to do that. Leaders go first. So
right.
Yeah, great. That's actually a great word about conference. Go ahead. Hotel rooms, man. This is really important as we get closer. They close this Friday, 7/29 for good. No more
Last
room
Friday.
available. What's that?
Last Friday.
That was last Friday. So they're closed.
Yeah,
Is
no
that
more rooms,
No more rooms will be
available
available,
at the
Okay.
special discounted rate, but you can still lock in and try to get a room if available at the main hotel there.
Gotcha. I was doing some Back to the Future thing right there. Too late. All right, there you go.
Mhm.
Good teachable moment.
I
But,
want to give two everybody write these two events down too, just for points of clarification. Again, we mentioned it earlier, but Wednesday in the event center, we'll get the details out, but from 4 to 5:30 on Denver time on Wednesday, there will be a corporate overview. Make sure that you're getting your new agents there to get a good feel for what this business is all about, what this business can offer others out there that you're inviting out to Denver for the first time. That will be put on by the Delaney Agency, and so grateful that those individuals and the leaders in that organization are going to be out there to pour in. Also want to say on Thursday from 9 to 11 a.m. in Denver is going to be the agency pregame huddles. So we've had a couple questions come into the corporate office about what activity there is Thursday morning. And from 9 to 11 a.m., that's for all agents. That's for all agents. You're going to be doing an agency pregame huddle with your ultimate upline in your own hierarchy. And so want to make sure that everybody's clear on that. That is not, I've had a couple of questions come in asking, do you have to be agency owner or above in our promotion guidelines? No, you do not. This is for the entire organization. If you are in Edward Pritchett's organization, if you're direct to Cicely, if you're direct to Ayers, if you're direct to Brian Delaney, does not matter. If you're part of the Edward Pritchett organization, that pre-game huddle is for everyone from 9 to 11.
it's great. Pre-game, get fired up. Should be really valuable times. And you heard it here first, and you're hearing it here again. A live conversation with Rob Dyrdek. Super pumped for this. I've actually followed Rob for many years. True confessions. I do longboard with my daughter every now and then, but of course I have no half pipe skills. I'm not a Casey Watkins, but and super excited. Honestly, for those of you that Rob Dyrdek's a little trivial, I assure you that he is not trivial. I assure you that he will bring mad entrepreneurial insights, and you'll be blown away. Any other thoughts, Casey, on Sir Dyrdek?
You said it, man.
Yeah.
You said it. Excited about it. Brandon and I were working on what we wanted to ask him on stage yesterday. So
Oh, cool.
we're excited about it.
It's great. Should be. Also excited for Jeremy Miner. We got another meeting today with Jeremy. Again, just leveling up our sales abilities and sales confidence, reducing sales resistance, and to become really good at something takes paying attention to the details. So he's going to really help us on the details, really help us on the why and the new approach to selling. So again, get ready for that one. I know Casey mentioned that. And then Chris Smith, speed to lead is the name of the tune these days, being responsive to clients. I mean, I actually hopped on Facebook Live last night. A couple of the guys, Frank Brennes and Ashton Delango Lunde, were doing some live switchboard work, live dials and stuff. It was just great to watch that. And again, being responsive, they had inbound calls coming in and how they responded to that. And Chris is going to help us understand from a market perspective as well, just the strategic importance of what's going on with our digital transformations internally. So really excited to have him, author of the conversion code. Anything else on Chris?
Love it. Looking forward to it.
For sure. And who does not love a block party, Mr. Spivey, taking over the streets of Denver. Somebody tried to squeeze out of me. I think it was Kyle Kimbrell I was talking to yesterday. He's like, where's the block party? I said, nope, not going there. And then I actually said, I don't know actually where it is. So I'm in a good spot, but wherever it is, it's going to be a rager. We're going to have a great time together, having fun with everyone there. And
Right.
man,
I'm hearing a lot of people that have decided to dress up regardless of it not being a requirement or a theme party. So I'm pretty sure we're going to add our own little flavor to the downtown streets of Denver, which would be pretty awesome.
That's great.
You be you, we're totally up for that. And as far as dress code at the conference goes, have you guys spoke to that any?
We have not actually in this forum. Go for it.
I've seen some questions on that. And I believe next week we're probably planning a call specifically for conference. Spivey, can't
Yep.
remember if we talked about that or not, but you know, suits are not required. I won't be in a suit. Brandon won't be in a suit. Many of our other speakers and stuff will, you know, certainly probably won't be in ties. For the women out there, you know, I think for everyone, just, you know, sharp business casual type attire is fine. But you know, fairly casual in a lot of ways. We're all there together. I wouldn't wear like jean shorts and a you know, tank top or anything, but maybe a little dressier than that.
Yeah.
It is Denver in August, so maybe that would be nice. But
I guess I got to go to the store now. I had jorts and tank tops lined up for days.
well,
Yeah,
I had block party. That's a block party attire for me, though.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I heard it gets a little
It's gonna
cooler.
be fun. We got an excellent band. We got a band that's coming that's incredible. Lots of fun stuff happening at the block party. So it's been a few years since we've all partied together, and it's time. So we're really excited about getting like outside of the building too, and actually out in the open outside. It's the first time we've ever done like a big company-wide outside party like this. So as you guys know, look at me, I'm sitting outside right now. I almost can't stand being indoors, especially when the weather's okay. So I'm really personally looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
Get my dance on.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing people live the suite life with our Reimagined Promoters Contest. Win a suite upgrade at Hyatt Regency in Denver. Head to HQ for more details, but I think we got some leaderboards going on here. You want to chime in, or let's just take a look at those.
Yeah.
And we see JPV coming in. I'm going right to left on my view for agency owner promoter, key leader promoter, Amanda Torma, and Dwayne Upchurch with 26 registration. He gets people fired up, that Dwayne Upchurch. So
well done.
Betting here, close races. How about we got some agency directors, Sarah Reinecke, Ashley Tarr, base shop promoter, and Jacob Pogue. Man, he's creating quite a moat there. So
nice.
I think they all are.
Well done.
All right. So you want to talk about what the roundup is going to be, Spivey?
Yeah, top promoters based on ticket assignment, level of leadership. Going to be some VIP treatment, black car service to and from the airport, front row conference seating, guys. And again, this theater is going to be just an unbelievable experience in itself. And overall VIP treatment, some access to come check out some cool things backstage. A lot of opportunity there to really connect in a very special way. Looking forward to that. Leaderboards for it right now, the VIP roundup. Look at there, Joshua. Right now in a very small league, got to keep it up, guys. A very close race right there. Top three key leaders. Troy Stevens leading the way right now with 7. We got Robert Puckett over there leading the way in the agency director. John Clayton Jr. and DJ Depp Free are tied right now in the agency owner category. And the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Jimenez, number 1 right now for the Rad Group.
Yes. No time to be quilling now. Step it up. All right. We still got more. You can see these names here. We got Ziller, Mank, Martin, Ryan Miller, Jacob Pogue, Marshall Wayland leading the charge on our MVP to MP levels here. And I actually just did this morning. Downloaded the Quility Agent Events app, your guide to the Reimagined 2022 conference. So you can go to the App Store or Google Play and download the app. Make sure you turn on notifications. And obviously, if you've got to be registered for conference to be able to access that, and you'll get a code to log in, but very well done app. We're going to be having files in that app for you to download. So Friday morning of conference, we've got our summit breakouts. And you'll want some, there's some documents that different people have, depending on the session you're in. I know I was talking to Pappas yesterday. They're going to have a spreadsheet to download, things like that. So it's going to be really great one-stop shop for communication. More to come on that, I'm sure.
This is definitely an action item too, B-Dubs. If you make sure that you're all doing that right now before you forget, kind of set it and forget it, guys. Go ahead and download that, whether it's the Apple Play Store or Google. And make sure you're looking for that Quility Agent Events app and get that on your phone now.
That's right. Man, so much important stuff. That was, again, we're gonna have to just own it, man. We did 44 minutes to try to
You
get
did the best. You did the best you could. I didn't help
Yes,
much
we
either.
did.
I added some content in there. Amy, we're sorry to go step into your allotted time. If you must, you don't cut your content short if you need to. Can you hear me all right? You
Yes,
out there?
sir. Loud and clear.
I had like a 5-minute introduction prepared for you, but we're just gonna have to cut it short. All right.
That's okay. 5
Amy,
seconds will do.
everyone loves Amy Fine. Amy, we have grown very close over the years together. You've done. When did you start with us?
Yeah, I got licensed in 2017.
And what were you doing right when you got your license? Like right before that? Tell everyone what you were doing.
Yeah, right before that, I was wrangling in the Ellison kids on a daily basis.
Yep.
Yep. So I was
Nanny
Brandon and Meredith's nanny.
extraordinaire. Yep.
Yep.
And
So
what
fun.
are you doing in agency volume right now? So you got your license, you
Yeah.
started selling. What does your business look like right now?
Yeah, right now we're averaging anywhere from 325 to about 350 a month. So pretty exciting things. I'm like, Casey, if you had asked me,
That's all the introduction you need, Amy.
man, I'm
That's
telling you,
incredible. Nanny to 350 a month.
if you had asked me 5 years ago if I would be doing this and doing the volume and just partnering with such an incredible team that we have here, I would have said, I don't know if I can do this. But I just want to say thank you to you, Casey, and to Brandon, and to all the incredible people behind the scenes making this work, because you're able to turn someone like me with no experience and gave me an opportunity to build something that I'm really proud of. So thank you.
Hey, you did it. You did it. You hopped in this thing and hit the gas. So well done. I know your whole team has been a massive part of that as well. Your brother, excited to hear your content today. I think it's extremely relevant. So many people underestimate that power of a running buddy and what that actually looks like. And, who isn't a running buddy and who is a running buddy. Sometimes we start to think someone's a running buddy and we're like, that's not your running buddy. Sorry to tell you that. Your running buddy generally is like someone that you kind of just need to get out of their way a lot of times, because they're going to run you over if you don't, but love the content. Very applicable.
So good. Yeah. Samuel, unveil yourself. Everybody, Samuel Fine, agency director.
Somebody.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Good to see you, man.
See you, Sam.
Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for having us on the call.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I know. I can't wait to see everybody and give some high fives, some hugs. I remember this, Mr. Casey Watkins. You were quite the dancer on the dance floor. So I'm excited to kind of move in Denver.
Gosh, don't put the pressure on me. It's been a few years.
all you need is your dancing jorts. That's all you need.
That's right. That's all I need. Hey, if y'all are out there, I'm out there though.
There you go, man. Well, we're so excited.
Y'all take it away. Can't wait to see you in Denver and can't wait to see what you got for us today. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning for those of you still in Mountain Time and Pacific Time. Amy Fine here, directed to Kevin Purdy. And I'm here with my true partner in crime, Samuel Fine, agency director. Now, just for those of you that are new, we are not married. I just have to throw that out there. It's the disclaimer that we have to live by. We're siblings, so just to set the record straight, Samuel Fine is my older brother, and just so honored to be in business with him. So I found Symmetry, as you guys heard. I was Brandon and Meredith's nanny years ago, and I'll never forget this. Brandon said, hey, we want to bring the kids to conference. Would you be able to tag along? And, we want to bring the kids, and can you help us out with that? And I said, absolutely. And I'll never forget this. Marlon Faulkner, it's really, I'm just going to give you all the credit. I was sitting in the green room, back of stage with the kids, and I remember Marlon on stage, and I don't exactly remember what he was talking about, but all I remember was he was yelling, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. And I sat back there, and I remember having this thought, wow, this is the definition of quitting, because I've quit on myself even before I gave myself a chance. Like, I was so afraid to even start this. and to get my license and to dive into it, I've quit before even starting. And so I'm just so excited about conference coming around the corner. And so, my journey here, it's had lots of ups and downs, but ultimately at the end of the day, this has been the greatest gift for me and my family. Been able to partner with Samuel Fine, my brother, our other brother, Jeremy Fine, agency owner now, and then as well our dad, Sam Fine Sr., key leader. And it's just been such a gift to build this together. So I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, to wrap up my quick little intro. But Samuel, real quick, Samuel Fine, agency director, give us a little intro.
Yeah, so Samuel Fine, agency director, brought on by Amy Fine herself. Just super fired up to be here today. And I'm out of Nashville, Tennessee, actually a small little town called Lebanon. It's not Lebanon. I learned that quickly from the locals. It's Lebanon, Tennessee. So very honored to be here. So grateful to the founders for just creating such an incredible company. So I'm very excited to be with you guys and talk about finding your running buddy.
Absolutely. Well, let's get this kicked off. Now, for those of you that might be new, obviously that's a term that you might not understand what we mean when we say that. So let me quickly give you a definition of what a running buddy is. Now, just to clarify, to kind of set the stage, Samuel and I today, what we're going to be talking about is finding and hiring that running buddy. But obviously, in this business, there can be cross-line running buddies, people that you've connected with and met over time that really have called you up. They've called you up, they've held you accountable, they bring support and challenge, and you guys are running this race together. That's amazing. Today, kind of like when we think about running buddy, what we really think of is hiring and bringing on that person that changed your business. And I can say this from the day I brought on Samuel and you came to conference. I'm pretty sure even maybe you'd written like 1 or 2 apps or something. Maybe
Not
even that.
Not even.
Yeah, I don't even know if you were licensed yet.
Green thumb.
Yeah. But being able to bring you to conference and for you to see that vision and to run with it, that was a defining moment in my business. And Samuel, I just want to say publicly, thank you to who you are and the leadership that you've brought to the entire organization. And we would not be here today as an agency if it wasn't for you and your leadership. So you are definitely the OG running buddy. But also with that said, Samuel, it's not like you're only going to find one running buddy. You're going to find other people along the way too. So we're going to be talking about, I loved what Casey said, there's a long list of what your running buddy, what they are not. And we were joking about that yesterday, kind of going through like identifying who is not your running buddy. We're not going to spend too much time on that today, but today we're going to be talking about identifying your running buddy and the power that can have in you building your business. So I'll briefly go over kind of my background story of how, bringing on Samuel changed everything for me. And Samuel, I'll kind of let you tell your part of the story, and then we're going to go into the meat of the call here. But I remember, I forget who said this, but I was in a corporate overview meeting at the Pritchett Delaney Spill Dinner office in Asheville. And I remember someone saying, for you in this business, you've got to find your running buddy. And they asked a question, who in your life can you think of that it would be like ideal scenario to build this agency, to build this business with? Who are you in alignment with? Who challenges you? Who brings support? And I remember I was brand new, just producing here and there, getting my feet wet, trying to figure this whole thing out. And Samuel, you came to mind. I remember sitting there and writing on that piece of paper, Samuel, I got to call Samuel. And Samuel, I'm pretty sure I tried to recruit you for how long? How long was it?
It was a good couple of months.
Yeah, like good 6 months or so. I just remember you just shooting it down every time I bring it up. Hey, watch this video. Hey, you should get on this conference call. Hey, you should check out what I'm doing. And what your response was kind of like, no, I'm good. What were you doing at the time, Samuel?
So I was working at a big bank. I was a banking manager. So comfortable salary, got the benefits and
all the good stuff.
Amy, you crazy if you think I'm going to leave all of that to come do a commission only job selling insurance. Like nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to be an insurance guy, or insurance gal. And so when you were talking to me about it, I was like, no, I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is I went to conference though. You nagged me enough in a good way that I went to conference. Mm-hmm. And I didn't come here for money. Like I had a great job. I didn't come here for money, right? What I came here was to be in business with someone like you. and I experienced what Symmetry culture was at conference, because you can see some big numbers on the leaderboards and like, wow, that's a lot of money. That sounds great. But you really get to meet and experience the people you'll be in business with and the integrity of this company from a conference. And so I remember they were passing out bonus checks at conference. I think they just rolled out the producer bonus. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, let's do this. And it was kind of a perfect time. He ended up no longer working for the previous company. So I just made that switch over and been with you almost 5 years now, which is super fun.
Man, I love that. And Samuel, your agency had a record-breaking month in the month of July, over $200,000. So proud of you guys. So it's amazing what the power of being in alignment and being on the same page with someone can do. So with this, you guys, we're gonna, I was making fun of Samuel, as any little sister should or would. We were meeting and talking about, okay, so like when it comes to running buddy, what comes to mind? Like what are the takeaway points that we want people to walk away with today? And Samuel, in his true youth pastor fashion, says, I'm going to come up with an acronym for buddy. And I said, okay, you do that. That sounds cute. Okay. And sure enough, we went over it yesterday and I was like, this is gold. This is exactly what we're going to talk about.
We got the acronym.
Yeah, it was all about the acronym. It was all about the acronym. So guys, if you're anything like me, get a pen and paper out. If you're taking notes on your phone, write this down. We're going to go over an acronym. These are going to be the 5 things that you're looking for in a running buddy. And then we're going to kind of close it up here in about 10 minutes and talk about the power of getting that person who you've identified as your running buddy to conference. Now, first and foremost, before we go over this acronym, Samuel, I'll let you go over the first one. I was thinking about this today, Samuel. We haven't really talked about this, but you've heard that saying, you attract who you are. And I think so many times in this business, we want to hire that rock star. We want to bring on and coach and train and bring them into the Symmetry system. And we want that so bad. But I think the biggest mistake that we can make is not looking at ourselves and asking, am I that person? Am I worthy of a running buddy? Am I someone's running buddy? Like, do I actually bring these qualities to the table? And if the answer is no, then I would challenge you to take some time and really reflect and take inventory of where you're at, because you cannot attract someone. Say, I not to put numbers or labels on it, but say hypothetically, I'm a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Samuel's an 8. It's going to be really hard for me to attract Samuel when there's that gap, because at the end of the day, influence is everything. And so you also have to become that person before you can attract them and hire them into this business. So when you're thinking about these 5 qualities we're going to be going over for running buddy, ask yourself, am I that person? Do I bring those qualities to the table? So Samuel, kick us off. Let's go over that first letter. I love it's an acronym. B. Buddy is the word for the acronym. Samuel, first letter B. Run away with it. Let's go.
B is for buy-in. Someone that's bought into the system. Someone that has caught the vision of Symmetry. I love it when we do our recruiting, especially cold market, warm market, and just sharing the business, sharing videos that are overviews of the company. And someone can watch that video or watch an overview and be like, that's what I want to do. Those are the people that you're looking for. The ones that the running buddies, they're trying to convince, oh, you got to do this. This is awesome. And there's really no like buy-in. They haven't really caught the vision of Symmetry. They're probably not a running buddy. You want somebody that can say, that is a train I'm going to jump on, right? I'm sold out. I'm all in for that. So B would be for the buy-in. They have to have tremendous buy-in to Symmetry.
Absolutely. And, I loved what you were talking about yesterday. They've caught that vision, like they've seen it, they see the potential, and they're like, yeah, that's for me. I'm going for that. So first letter is bought in, that buy-in. Second letter, U, uplifting. Someone who actually calls you up. They're uplifting. They're not that Debbie Downer. And, obviously there's ebbs and flows in the business, and we're going to have low days, low weeks, really high months. It's going to ebb and flow. But at the end of the day, as Casey Watkins has talked about so many times, it's not letting the highs get you too high and the lows get you too low, But at the end of the day, what we're looking for is that running buddy. They're uplifting. They're always encouraging. They're coming to you with solutions, not just complaints. And at the end of the day, they bring the whole level of the agency up. They're that uplifting type. Samuel, talk about that for a minute. Like, what does that look like in your agency? Those individuals that are uplifting, what does that look like for you?
Oh, it's incredible. If I can speak to a couple of things, one about like our relationship. I remember in my first probably 6 months here, I went through some mental quitting phases, whether it was like the no-shows or the chargebacks, or I brought in 10 people in the business in my first week here and they all 10 went away.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And I remember like calling Amy up, and Amy was my running buddy, and Scylla said the same. Called Amy up and said, Amy, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, I just went through a rough 2 weeks. It wasn't just like a rough day. It was a rough, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I love the people, the running buddies are the ones that are going to call you up.
Yeah.
And not tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what you need to hear. And Amy said, go back out there and book some more appointments. Go out there and talk to more people. And so I love it when you have a running buddy, is somebody that can really draw you up and call the best out of you. Yeah. A running buddy is not somebody I call Amy and say, man, these leads are horrible. Man, I lost a recruit. Man, I just don't know if I can do this. I'm like, yeah, you probably can't. No, that's not your running buddy. Your running buddy say, yes, you can do this. Let's get through this. Massive activity, constant correction. And I always love somebody that you can call and be transparent with, right? You don't want to be, maybe sometimes if you're going through the emotions or the ebbs and flows of the business, talking down, right, to your team, or bringing that Debbie Downing vibes. You always want to have that person you can confide in and say, hey, let me just vent. Let me let this out. And then let's move on. If someone can say, hey, you can do this. I believe in you. I think that's a huge thing. Like, I love what Casey said. Someone that's running with you can almost be running you over. Someone that's going to be encourage you along the way.
Yeah.
That's super important. Positivity is so powerful when you're picking your running buddy.
That's huge. And even just on that note, I mean, Samuel, the last month, there were some high highs and some low lows for me personally in the business, and just navigating some new territory. And I remember talking to you last week, and you just said, hey, I need you to change your mindset around this. Like, I need you to, like, 180, turn this ship around, because where your mind's going right now is not good for you, and it's not good for the team. You called me up. And I didn't want to hear that in the moment. Let's be honest. In the moment, I wanted to throw a pity party and I wanted you to join. But you didn't do that. You didn't let me do that. And we always joke about this. I know we touched on it at the beginning. We have this agreement. We both can't be low at the same time. Like, we just can't, because we are such a support system to each other that if Samuel's having a really low or hard day, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be up. And it's kind of like Brené Brown talks about, like, with her and her husband, what they do is, if one of them has a hard day, they'll come in and say, hey, babe, I'm operating like 30% right now. And the other one's like, all right, no worries. I'll cover the other 70. I got this. And then, say that both of us are low. The conversations that Samuel and I have is, okay, what can we do to cover us, bring support to us, and to also make sure that the team is taken care of as well. And so it's in that constant communication and working together on that. But, for us, Samuel, you and I, that's a non-negotiable for us. When we look at the people that we're really going to invest into, is this person uplifting? Or are they that Debbie Downer? So that's awesome. Samuel, why don't you take the first D out of buddy? So guys, just to recap, if you're taking notes, B stands for bought in, U stands for uplifting, and D, Samuel, take it away.
D's for dedicated, right? I always say, almost like a committed to their why. Just like clients have a why when you help them out with their insurance needs, you as an agent, you as a builder have to have a why, right? And so someone that is dedicated to their why is, I am fully committed to this process. As simple as that. Like, are you dedicated, right? And dedication may look different for certain people, but going through is like, hey, I'm fully committed to this process that we're gonna go through. Come hell or high water, I'm here. I'm dedicated.
So good. Another thought to that too, Samuel, is like you and I, and guys, I would encourage anybody out there with your running buddy, what I would encourage you to do is make sure that they know your why. Because Samuel, I know your why. I know why you're doing this. I know why you're here. You know why I'm doing this. You know why I'm here. And we're also not only dedicated to our whys, but we are dedicated to each other's whys. And that is so powerful across the board. Yeah, I love that. I'll cover the next D here. I love that we're, Samuel, spelling out buddy for people, just in case if people don't know how to spell buddy. But guys, it's B-U-D, next D. D is determined. And guys, Sean Boatman, agency owner, direct to myself, he says something, actually, I think he got this from Anna Rose Garber, if I'm not mistaken, Samuel, but all in, no quit. That's kind of been like a thing we've been saying all summer, all in, no quit. And that determination, that drive to be like, okay, like, yeah, all in, no quit. Because the only people that fail here, Samuel, as you know, are the people that give up, the people that quit, and they don't have that determination to really see it through. And so, Samuel, when you hear like determined and looking for that characteristic in your next running buddy, what does that look like for you?
That's a great question. So determined, if someone's determined, there's somebody that they have a goal in mind, they have a vision, and they're going to get there. I brought in a special guest at one of our team calls, and he said, I'm not even in Symmetry, but if I were to be committed to Symmetry, and I believe he's going to be here before you know it, talk about attracting great people. He said, I'm committed for 5 years. I'm determined to find success at minimum 5 years. That means if on day 5 or month 5 or week 5, I'm feeling off, I'm still determined to win here. And I think, you attract that, right? What we think about, we bring about. And so if I'm determined to win here, it's not a matter. And when I recruit and hire, I say, it's not a matter of if you're going to find success here, right? If you follow the system, you're coachable, you're teachable, you follow the process, it's only a matter of when. That may be your first day here, you may have a win. It may be in your first month. I don't know how long it may take you to win here, but you will win. The system works. So that determination believes in that, right? I'm determined to win here no matter what. And so you want to find people that are determined to have success here, determined to win, to reach that top contract level of 120.
Yeah, that's so good. I just had a flashback to an interview I was having yesterday with someone. And I remember, towards the first couple minutes of the interview, I said, hey, real quick, before we really kick this off, I just want you to know that the last thing I'm going to do here is convince you that you should partner with us and work with us. Because if I have to convince you on day 1, guess what I'm going to have to do in 3 months? I'm going to have to remind you that this is a good fit for you and you should stick around. So that determination, we see that on day 1 in the right people. It's that all in, no quit. It's not that I'm going to dip my toes in the water and see how this works out for me. See if it works out for me. No, it's that person who says, this is where I'm planting my flag. I'm saying yes to this, and I'm all in, no quit. Oh gosh, it makes me so excited, Samuel, when we see that determination, because we know, like, man, we're going to be on the same page with this person, and we're going to be dedicated and determined to helping them achieve their vision and their why. So good. Samuel, why don't you cover that last one, and I'll chime in, and then we'll wrap this up. I'm loving this.
Yeah. So the last letter is the Y. It is Y stands for yes man or yes woman. My children, they told me, hey, Dad, can we have a day when you have to say yes to everything we ask? And
please,
ice cream for breakfast.
Yes to that?
To be yes. No, I didn't. But
okay,
that's not great parenting right there. But here's the thing: we're looking in this business for with a running buddy, someone that is a yes man or a yes woman, right? So somebody that says, "Hey, get the conference. Yes, I'll be there. Are you going to be on the call? Yes, I'll be there. Hey, are you going to get your contract raised? Yes." It's always yes. And I love a few weeks back, Amy had covered a call for me. Amy, I'm running behind. I need some support. Yes, I'm there. And there are people that are just ready to go all the time. Those are the people that you want to work with. And I'm really inspired by those people because there are many yes men and women on my team that I say, hey, we got conference coming up. Yes, they'll be there. Yeah. Hey, we got a team call coming up. Yes, they'll be there. Those are people that you want to work with. The people that you're trying to convince, yeah, they're not. But the people are yes man, yes woman. Those are the people that you want to attract in that last section.
So good. Guys, just to cover those 5 points again with this acronym: B is bought in, U is uplifting, D dedicated, determined, and then yes man or yes woman. So good. And Samuel, thank you for pulling that out of nowhere. It's pretty genius. I'm loving the acronym, loving it. But Todd, real quick, I love that you just chimed in. What we kind of want to wrap this up and talk about is identifying who your running buddy is. Because guys, it's not too late. Conference is what, 2 weeks out, Todd? You can still get that person that you would ideally love to build your business with to conference. So Todd, any advice that you would throw out there when it comes to like reaching out to that potential running buddy that you're like, man, if I could build this business with anybody, this is who it would be? Any advice that you would give to the good people?
Yeah, I think you guys cleared it up so well, but to me, it's getting out of your own way. I think a lot of times you have this preset notion that this person that you would love to have with you in Denver doesn't want to go or can't go. Yeah. And if you're going into that mindset already, the chances are they won't be able to go. So it's all about your mindset. And you guys spoke so clearly to that too. And they're going to feel your excitement. They're going to see in your body language. They know you, especially as somebody that's close to you. They're going to know what it's like, and your genuine transparency that they're used to is going to be shining through when you're talking about this event. So get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and don't make up their answer before you even ask them.
Yeah, so good. So good. Well, guys, just to close, you can't have a good closing without some action steps. What I want you guys to do is 3 things. 1, write down who is that number 1 person that you're like, man, I want to build a business with this person. I want to partner with them. So identifying that running buddy. 2, get them to conference. Guys, this could not be more perfect timing to really jumpstart your business here and to jumpstart your agency and the growth by getting those key people to conference. They might not even be licensed or contract. You maybe even never talk to them about this, but just like Todd said, get out of their way. Get out of their way. You know, Samuel, I talked to you about this for 6 months, and it was the timing had to shift and you were ready to go. So guys, you never know. And then thirdly, I like that. We'll keep it at thirdly, Todd. Third, become the running buddy that you want to attract. And guys, that's not an overnight success thing, but I want you to ask yourself, take some inventory and say, hey, am I becoming the person that I would want to build a business with? Am I bought in? Do I call people up, that uplifting spirit? Am I dedicated? Am I determined? And am I that yes woman, that yes man? Ask yourself that, because guys, it's going to be really hard to attract that if you are not operating from that place. So like I said, take some inventory, and that's hard. Sometimes you have to take a look in the mirror, and you might even need help. You know, maybe it's talking to your mentor and saying, hey, what can I do to really step into this role? I want to be your running buddy, you know? And so maybe before you're ready to find that running buddy, maybe you need to become that running buddy. But guys, in this, identify that person you want to build a business with and get them to conference. We're so excited to see everybody there in 2 weeks. Todd, I'm so excited. You know what's crazy, Todd? We did kind of an inventory the other week on a team call. Out of the entire Fine agency, we average right now about 50 riders, give or take, a month. Guess how many people have been to a Symmetry conference in our agency?
How many? 35.
5.
Oh, gosh.
5. Can you imagine the momentum that we're going to have coming out of this conference? 5 of them. And it's, you know, the 4 agency owners, and then it's 6, 2 key leaders. No one else in our agency has actually been to a conference. So I'm excited because they don't know what's about to hit them upside the head in the best way possible. And we're just so excited. So thank you, Todd. Thank you so much for letting Samuel and I run this call today.
To you, Amy and Samuel, thank you guys so much for pouring in. This is so good. I'm over here taking tons of notes, and I know one thing that all those agents that will be showing up will see is the true heart and soul and the feelings of a company on display. You're going to see innovation unlike anything that you probably could have possibly imagined. And today was a great example of more leaders they're going to see, just like on this call in Samuel and Amy. People that are vulnerable, people that are willing to pour into others to help them achieve their dreams and not just their own. And I think that we're going to blow the roof off of Denver. We can't wait to see it.
So excited. And last thing, this is not important for anybody out there wondering, I'll be wearing cowboy boots. So if anybody wants to wear cowboy boots to conference, come find me. I'm pretty stoked about it. You know, Todd, I was like, what do I want to wear? It's like, I'm gonna wear cowboy boots.
Maybe we'll get Casey in jorts and cowboy boots.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Maybe you could go wrong with that, but there's only one way to find out.
Oh, we appreciate you, Amy. We appreciate you, Samuel, so much. And everybody, we look forward to talking to you all again next week. Everybody be safe and have a blessed week for sure. Take care.
Sure. Great job, guys.